Next week, The Atlantic magazine kicks off the Atlantic Festival for the first time in New York City. It's a 3-day festival, and it'll host more than 30 events on various topics, ranging from conversations on the future of AI to first looks at new films. The Atlantic's writers and editors will sit down for conversations with a pretty remarkable slate of guests, among them former Vice President Mike Pence, Tom Hanks, Gayle King, Allison Janney, Monica Lewinsky, David Letterman, and many, many other bold-faced names. Joining me now to talk more about it is the CEO of The Atlantic, Nick Thompson. So first of all, thanks so much for coming in, talking about this.
What an honor to come on New York One. It's awesome.
Oh, it's such a pleasure to have you. And why don't we start with talking about the festival? It's very exciting that you're bringing it to New York for the first time. What's behind that?
Well, it's been in D.C. for 16 years. Had a lot of success. We love D.C., but we're a magazine that kind of has two headquarters, D.C. and New York. Got a lot of people working in New York. I'm in New York. And New York's the cultural center of the world, right? Everybody knows The Atlantic for politics. We do a lot more than that, so we're here.
Yeah, and it's so great to sort of like stake your claim here and remind people of that. Aside from politics, because obviously that will be a big share of the conversations, what are you going to be focusing on this year thematically? Like, what can people expect?
They can expect, really whatever you want. Like, if you're interested in cinema, if you're interested in seeing Ken Burns' new film, like, you can go and see it at Town Hall with us. But if you're interested in understanding the dynamics of American politics, you can also see Mike Pence talking with Tim Alberta. So The Atlantic magazine, what we try to do, we've always been politics, literature, and the arts. That's what we were founded to do in 1857. We have always tried to have a wide breadth of opinion, ideas that you may not agree with, put it all together, and now we're trying to do that live and here.
You mentioned the Ken Burns event. I know that Tom Hanks is part of that panel discussion. Tom Hanks was recently in the news. He was going to be given this award at West Point. That award ceremony was then canceled, and that really speaks to the political climate that we're in right now. And I'm wondering, A, if you think he'll be addressing that at all, and B, just the tone in general of what you guys are navigating in this climate, how you're approaching that and how you're thinking about that.
Yeah, that's one of the, I have no idea what Mr. Hanks will say on stage, but I will say this, that the goal of The Atlantic is to do our best to reach people across the country, right? And if you look at our readership, 40% identify as conservative, right? We have lots and lots of subscribers in every state, in every region. We are trying to reach people across the political spectrum. We have writers who disagree with each other. We have, if you agree with everything in The Atlantic, you're crazy, right? Because you can't possibly, because not everybody at The Atlantic agrees with everybody at The Atlantic. We're trying to be a space where we have the smartest people and the best ideas in conversation, right? So I mentioned Tim Alberta is talking to Mike Pence, right? The Atlantic has a reputation as sometimes being liberal. We have obviously been quite critical of the current president, but we do our very best to make sure we have many voices in our pages and on our stages.
Speaking of being critical of the current president, we have seen settlements by CBS News, multiple millions of dollars, ABC News as well. There's a real sort of push by the Trump administration to silence voices that are critical of the policies of the administration. How does The Atlantic, I know you say that you speak to a lot of voices, but how are you navigating that while still holding power to account and doing all the things that journalists are supposed to do?
All we do is hold power to account and do the stuff journalists have to do. And if at some point it comes to a head and at some point there's a massive situation, we'll deal with that. But our job is to tell the truth, right? And to tell it as accurately as possible, from as many different angles. And every time we have a story, if we have a story critical of the administration, as we did with the Signalgate story, which of course is the most well-known example this year, we call the administration and we say, we have this story. Are any of our facts wrong? We'd like to confirm it. We have to check it. We've redacted information that we think is in the interest of American national security. We do everything by the book. Now, if it comes to a head and at some point the Trump administration reacts in a different way and we end up in complicated times, so be it. But for now, all we can do is do our jobs as best we can, the way journalists are supposed to do it, the way reporters are supposed to do it, and the way publications are supposed to do it.
And The Atlantic's obviously a massive publication. You've managed to turn it profitable.
I know, it's amazing, right?
Congratulations.
It's great.
It is no small feat these days. And I'm wondering, as you see so many, especially local outlets, that just can't stay above water, what you've done that some other institutions, media institutions, press institutions might be able to learn from. What's the trick there?
Well, there isn't really a trick. Our business model is we sell advertisements, and advertisers want to be around great stories and great brand. And we sell subscriptions, and readers want to buy subscriptions if they love the content. And so It is very hard to be in local news because of the way the advertising climate for local news has changed. Clearly, some television stations are doing great, but it is very hard to do that. For a national publication, if you can get great writers doing the best stories, if you can appeal to people with different viewpoints, if you can maintain a brand that represents quality by consistently publishing quality, then it's possible to build a good business. Then the other thing we do is we do a lot of math. Right? We have a lot of very smart people running experiments, running tests, figuring out how the paywall should work. So there is a lot of expertise on the back end, and I think it's a combination of really great journalism, really great brand, and then a lot of good math and product engineering.
It all seems to work. Just in our final seconds here, what are you most looking forward to at next week's festival?
It's kind of funny. I'm really looking forward to meeting our subscribers. You put out this magazine, you spend all this time thinking about the Atlantic, and then you go and you actually get to meet the people who read it and love it. Like the people who are going to come they're like real Atlantic fans and they're subscribers. But you know what? Based on my previous festivals, they are going to have a lot of complaints from me.
I was just going to say, you're all excited now, but I'm glad you're prepared for that.
It's good feedback. It's how you learn. It's going to be great.
It absolutely is. We're very much looking forward to it ourselves. I think we have a few of your speakers coming on the show next week, so that will be very exciting for us.
Thank you for booking them.
Absolutely. And I just want to let our viewers know that for more information about the festival and tickets, you can visit theatlantic.com/The Atlantic Festival. Nick Thompson, thank you so much.
Oh, it's great to be here. Thank you so much.
Great to have you.
Thank you for watching our YouTube channel. Let Spectrum News be your resource for balanced, in-depth political coverage, and click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV to learn more about the candidates, where they stand on the issues, and more. We'll see you then.